shit, that's the way I feel about Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? CM Punk, Daft Punk, Punk Rock, Lakers and Fire. Yeah, man, shit. Yeah, man. But yeah. So I'd imagine that we are rolling right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, boys and girls, welcome to the award-winning, the most illustrious, the most world-renowned. Huh? What was that? Huh? What?
No,
all right. The most world-renowned, globally known,
and gay.
known by many, forgot by none, the Kayfabe Cowboys podcast. We are here on the quite possibly the greatest week in a wrestling fan's life. It's Mania week, man. I ain't doing nothing important at work. Don't ask me to work no overtime. Ask me to attend no meetings and contribute. Don't ask me to do no lawns. Don't ask me to do no household chores. It's Mania week, dog, man. Like, I'm only listening to what the tribal chief says, man. So unless the OTC directs me to do something, that's what I'm gonna do. Nonetheless, this is the number one Roman Reigns fan of the Kayfabe Cowboys podcast. I'm the gorgeous one, GA, aka Jervis Brown, aka just hype for Mania to be around my niggas. Also on the screen, we have a man who is in the deepest of greens. The man who is probably the mixiest of mixologists that is an NSU alum. The man,
that is true.
The myth, aka the legend, the one, the only legend wrestling historian. Say what's up to the folks, man.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Legend. I am back. And just a quick question. Did you clear no house chores, with the warden? Or is that kayfabe too?
One second. I'm a grown ass man, all right? You know what I'm saying?
Close. Okay, cool. Just checking.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Completely understand. I run this house from 9 a.m. to 4:30. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you 100%. I'm excited. It's Mania week. I wish I was more excited, but we'll get into that. It's, you know what? I will just say this.
Let's save that.
Hey, you let me do this. Like you said, we'll get into it. But before we get into anything, we need to get into weight loss. We need to get into fitness. We need to get into being under 200 pounds. It was a flex for me. I was doing good. We've got the darkest of dark Buff Bagwells in the building.
The man who
Mr. Code of Personality himself. Mr. Buff is the stuff, That's me. Shot Harris. I gave myself my own introduction. Fuck y'all.
Bluff Bagwell.
But I did a damn good introduction. See how people
that was good.
Yeah, you talking about I do myself.
Y'all did all right. But this is Mania week. This is probably my top 3, and it's not 3 or 2 weeks of the year. And I am
okay.
I wish I was more excited, but
we'll get to that. We'll get to
that. So let's start us off with a nice little icebreaker, right?
I knew it was coming.
Shit, here we go. I thought we were skipping this for Mania week.
Because it was Hall of Fame week. But
we'll never skip that. We're never skipping that. So my question for you, fellas.
Here we go.
Which match of this weekend are you most looking forward to? We're gonna keep it light.
What is it?
Well, matter of fact, better question. Not even look forward to. Yeah. Which match of the weekend do you feel like will be match of the weekend? Best match.
Anything the Street Profits are in. But wait.
That's what I was about to go in on when I was reading that match card, right? Yeah.
Because the Viking rated. Okay. All right.
I ain't even mad about that one. I'm mad about the makeshift women's tag team of Lyra Valkyria and Bayley.
You got to get. That's not what we're here for. The match that I'm most excited about that's going to steal the show. Are we doing per night or in general?
Just in general, the overall weekend.
You better not steal mine.
I mean, if you have one, go for it.
Mine is I think it's going to be the Fatal 4-Way for the men's IC title. With I believe it's Finn, Dom, Penta, and
Breaker.
And Braun Breaker. I think that shit gonna do numbers, bro. Like, cause all of them got some shit to prove. Penta is gonna give all of the flippy shit. I think Dom Mysterio takes everything up to another level. And I think that Braun Breaker is probably going to split somebody in half, coming off the heels of what he did to Carlito. So I'm going with the men's fatal 4-way.
I like how you enunciated
Carlito.
Carlito. Right. Okay, so as much as I don't want to admit this, I think the match of WrestleMania weekend is going to be AJ Styles Logan Paul.
Yo, I was about to say the same exact thing, dog.
I wanted to say Jade Naomi, but I feel like they're going to botch that.
Yeah.
I think a show is going to be put on, because this makes no sense other than them just being two.
Yeah.
It makes no sense why this is on the card over other things. But I feel like every time Logan Paul does something, especially at a PLE, look at what he did at SummerSlam, it's going to be something, and AJ Styles is of that similar, well, I should say vice versa. Logan Paul is a similar ilk of AJ Styles, where they just going to do something to make you go, well, damn.
Yeah, they gonna pull some shit off. Yeah, I like that one.
And on top of that, to piggyback off what Kinky Nick said, is that now that Logan Paul has a dope finisher, like I'm more excited for his matches, yo.
Yo, that finisher crazy, bro.
That shit is tough, dog.
That's crazy, bro.
That shit is tough. So I'm more excited to kind of see what he's gonna do. You know, he's gonna pull out some flips. AJ, you know, this might be one of his last Mania, so you know he's gonna pull out the works, and he's still, you know, phenomenal, even though he's getting old. But I feel like that's gonna be probably. But I feel like that's gonna be match of the night. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think that one's going to feed families, as the kids say.
Yeah, that finisher, and then the one that the girl on WWE was it LFG?
I haven't caught up on that one yet. I've been watching
the strong chick. I can't think of her name. Like her finisher.
No, she's on Evolve.
Oh, Evolve. Okay.
Yeah, she's on Evolve.
Dog, that finisher is crazy, dog. Like, I don't even really know how to characterize it.
Yeah.
Well,
that shit wild, bro.
Yeah, that shit's wild. Describe it the way Shaw described it via text, so we'll leave that out.
And so we're gonna move into the card.
So yeah, pretty much what we doing this episode, since Brother Jervis ain't never say what we talking about. So we pretty much just running down this Mania card. We're gonna see what's the highs, what's the lows, what we care about, what we don't.
Hey Shad, don't you have a role in this, right?
I have a lot of roles, actually.
I have a role in this too, right? Okay, great. Before we jump into the card, okay, I wanted to ask y'all, since we're recording Wednesday, our normal day, so we won't get to talk about the go home episode of SmackDown, how y'all felt about the go home episode of Raw going into Mania.
I was getting to that, dog. I'm helping you out.
I don't need it.
Oh, okay.
Try this again.
What y'all say?
It was, I think it, I mean, it told some stories to, you know, to get us to where we need to be without there being anything that's too climactic. I liked the Roman, Punk, Rollins, and Heyman segment.
Yeah, at the end.
But but aside from that, I don't really think anything of note happened. I give it a C+. It wasn't anything too eventful.
For me, I enjoyed Gunther breaking character, and I wish Jay would not have spoken at all. I think that he left all of the passion out there the week before last. If he didn't show up at all Monday, I would have been fine, because you keep that mysterious nature, you keep the feelings out of it, for the crowd and all that stuff, because it's hard to say I'm gonna rip your face off, I'm gonna make you pray to blah blah blah, and then come back and run your music back one more time and damn near cry as the fans are getting excited. Also, maybe it's just me, did this seem like a lot less hands eating on Monday?
You said a lot less hands eating?
Yeeting. Like in the crowd. I felt like, I was like, is this?
I mean, I feel like, as I said a couple times before, this program has exposed Jay for being a one-trick pony. And so I feel like at Mania, it ain't going to work out for him.
Okay.
But as far as your original question, I feel like Monday didn't really move anything outside of the Punk, Roman, and Seth joint. But other than that,
I did enjoy that one.
Yeah, enjoy. Everything else just feels kind of meh.
Like meh. Big meh.
Yeah, big meh.
Big meh. Okay. So, well, since we don't get to talk about the go home episode of SmackDown, which I'm sure they're gonna. Are they still doing the Andre the Giant
over the top Memorial Battle Royal?
Yeah.
I hope not.
The DRE.
Yeah.
I feel like that's still taking place, and we know. I guess we'll probably get a message from your actual tag team champions on Friday night as well. But you feel like you wanna? I feel like there's
Nah,
something on your shoulder or your back that you want to get. Is it a monkey back there? You good? Is you cool? As the kids say.
I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna wait.
You
I'm
sure?
gonna wait. I don't want
You
to
might as well
be.
go ahead and get into it,
I
dog.
mean, no. I mean, if you scared, say that.
I mean, I'm not
Because we
scared.
want me and Shad want the smoke.
I was trying to. I want to smoke as well. I was trying to allow the show to get to get off without a hitch before I just went full angry black man. But let's just skip to a match that I saw that's on the lineup for night 2. The women's tag team championship match. Bailey and Lyra Valkyria, who aren't a fucking tag team, versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who are the reigning champions. We just had one of the most momentous occasions of the Street Profits winning their tag team championship after being away from tag gold for 4 years.
Okay.
They've been doing some of the better character work they've been doing in their entire career. How in the fuck were they left off to the card for a makeshift tag team with Lyra Valkyria, who is the former women's intercontinental champion? See, this is I don't even know anything about Lyra Valkyria, which lets me know, why does she have a Mania match? Why is she in a tag team? Why isn't she defending her women's IC title? Like, I do not get this. I don't understand it. Maybe they aren't of the complexion for protection. I don't know. But Paul Levesque has really, really grinded my gears going into WrestleMania weekend without the Street Profits being able to tell a fucking story on Mania. Like, they haven't been in, like, I think they put on one of the best performances in a tag Mania match a couple years ago when Braun Strowman and Ricochet and who
American Alpha.
Okay.
Yeah, they told a great story. They put on a phenomenal showing at WrestleMania.
They did one last year too.
No, why aren't they in Mania? Like, I hate this makeshift tag team shit. Like, yo, we don't have anything for Bailey. Bailey deserves a WrestleMania moment. We don't have anything for the women's IC title. She deserves a moment. Why don't she just defend her IC title and get the real tag team? I'm done, man.
Okay, so let me jump in because I know you're very triggered. I think the issue is, and most people, if I go back to our episode, I think y'all voted Liv as women's MVP of last year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So they had to, as someone who carried them over the year, get her in Mania, some way, somehow. Which puts her.
I'm not mad at that. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'm with you on that. So that means a tag team match. There are no. I mean, look at who's left out of women's tag team. So you have Bailey, who's been on a losing streak, kind of sorta. She just lost to Lyra a couple weeks ago.
She's pretty meh right now too.
Meh. Yeah, Bailey's meh. Lyra's meh. But if you have Lyra defending her title, that means you need to add another title for Chelsea, an additional match. So you kind of put things together so that you have Liv up there, and hell, maybe you have Bailey and then win that match so you can get the belts off of them, and then Lyra loses her Intercontinental. Who knows? But I would much rather have a Pretty Deadly, a DIY 4-way or something with the Street Profits at me, or even a one-on-one, because I think they're the number one contenders. So I agree there. I just wanted to trigger you. I think there's other matches that probably, this AJ Styles, while it's going to be a great match, I don't know if that belongs on Mania above a championship defense.
My only issue with all this, though, is that I feel like they've been setting up a match for the WWE Tag Team Championship for at least the last 4 months. If you would have told me back in December what was going to happen at Mania, I would have said, hey, we're going to get a ladder match or something, a multi-team ladder match for the tag titles.
Which
That's
we
the
talked
way
about
they've been
not
setting
once.
it up. Right, they've been setting that up for at least since December. Like, I thought it was going to be Profits, Machine Guns, DIY, maybe like Pretty Deadly, or even Los Garzas or whatever their name is.
Dog, that would go crazy.
That would go crazy. But for them to just be like, you know what? Nah, we just going to have y'all fight on the SmackDown before, it's just nasty, dog. Like, this is a ready-made match that could easily steal the show on a weak card. Like, you need something like this.
A Pretty Deadly Street Profits match could do numbers with the talent that Pretty Deadly actually does have.
Like Pretty Deadly, man.
Hell, you could run, honestly, you know how they just did for this tag team women's match? You could have ran that type of match at Mania with the last team being the Street Profits. And that would have been just fine. But
Or why not? Or why not do a match? Because I mean, Bailey's a little meh. Like she
very
don't
mad.
necessarily need to
Very
be at Mania right now. Because like she ain't hot. Lyra Valkyria, she ain't hot. You know what I'm saying? Why not do a match where you bring out the women's tag team champions, and it's an open challenge? Let this for a new tag team to debut. Somebody that hasn't been in the main picture. You know what I mean? Somebody like a Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, who's done a lot, who's done stints on TV.
I would
Maybe
have rather seen that.
or maybe Fatal Influence. Like bringing somebody up that hasn't had that opportunity to
Are
give
they
them.
ready for the Mania moment if you do that?
Well,
I don't believe so.
Lash and
I
them,
don't believe
yes.
so. I don't believe
Yeah.
they're actually ready for that, and I feel like they're gonna make their appearance felt like their presence felt like later on in the show in another match.
More than a makeshift tag team is what I'm saying in that instance. Like Jakara and Lash have been together, while at least they'll have camaraderie and can get through a match better than two people who literally just fought a week ago, and where we thought that Bailey was going to knock her head off, and now they're a tag team going for the championship. It
Man,
makes zero sense.
that shit pisses me off, man, to no end, man. Like I'm telling you, man, they feed us something only to say that we ain't full.
After we talk about this women's match, once we get back into the card, I have an idea.
Right.
But let's get into night one.
In fact, while we're here, let's go ahead and get this match out of the way because this ain't really nothing. So, women's tag title match: Liv and Raquel versus Bailey and what's her face. Who winning?
Liv and Raquel.
I'm going to Liv and Raquel as well.
Okay, this is what day is this? This is on the.
This is Wednesday.
This is night 2, right?
Yep.
This is Wednesday.
So the 4-way match is night 2 as well. I think that depending on who wins the IC title match determines who wins this match. And I say this because if Dirty Dom gets a belt somehow, which we'll talk about in a little while, then do you keep the 2 belts on Dirty Dom and Liv, or do you have Liv not have a belt so really don't need the protection and those 2 splinter off? Because Judgment Day is done after this. So I think it depends. But if I'm just shooting from the hip, I'm gonna say Bailey gets the win. Bailey gets the win over Raquel for the championships, and then somehow Lyra ends up losing her Intercontinental title. Because
the same night.
No. In general.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, damn.
That would be the reasoning why they won that, because this tag team isn't doing anything. Raquel and them aren't doing anything for real, if you think about it. Bailey and them aren't doing anything, but it puts a belt back on Bailey, who didn't get the Intercontinental Champion. You have a little bit of a story to tell when she loses that to an up-and-comer, and maybe the women's Intercontinental means a little bit more. So I'm thinking long term.
All right.
Okay. All right.
What's the next match?
All right. So now we're going back to the future.
Yeah. Let's go to night 1.
Night 1. So we're reading this from Bleacher Report, where the predicted card order is going to be. Opening up night 1, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match between main event Jey Uso and General. What say you, brother Shadrick?
So, as I said earlier, like, I'm very disappointed in this whole build-up. I feel like even at Rumble, they could have went so many different ways that wasn't this. But now that we're here, I really want neither one of them to win, to be honest with you. Like, if both of them could lose, I'll pick that route.
See what happens when you get under 200 pounds? They just refuse to listen to rules.
Yeah, like, Gunther, like, I'm not a super fan of his. Like, his work is kind of boring, but, I mean, I get it. Jay just ain't it for me. After he had that stinker last year, which I will never forget, never ever forget how bad that
Super
match
Kick
was.
Fest?
Yeah, that was the worst match I've probably ever seen in my life, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, I've seen worse in recent.
Outside of like women's matches, like those old Divas matches.
Oh, I thought you were talking about current ones, because there's been some bad ones recently.
Nah, but I've ever seen. And so I feel like he hasn't really improved.
That should be a question. What's the worst match you've ever seen? Icebreaker.
Yeah, that should be it. So I want Jay to win just because I root for everything, black or Samoan, black-ish.
Black or Jace?
Yeah, black or Jace. So So I'm gonna go for him, but I just feel like if he does win, he's gonna be overexposed. So that's my prediction. A win for Jay, but he's gonna be overexposed and he's gonna be back in tag team wrestling by SummerSlam.
All right, Big Legend, what you got?
All right, so unfortunately, GA already knows my answer to this because we've been playing long-term storytelling lately. So I'll just say for now, I have Jay winning for a reason other than merch.
Okay. Cause that's my pick. That merch
The
gonna go
merch.
crazy. That merch gonna go crazy, dog. Like Gunther not selling merch. Gunther's not popping ratings. So what we should do with this match, we should be able to move forward to do what's best for business. We got to get these stock prices up. There's a tariff. There's an impending recession. We got to get these numbers out there. So the merch sale is gonna drive Jey Uso to be the World Heavyweight Champion. All right, we could gloss over this one and move over to the next one.
No, dive into it, bro, because you was happy about this.
What's this one?
What? Talk about the World Tag Team Championship match?
Yeah, you was like, I'm happy about that one. That's what you said earlier.
The War Raiders and New Day?
Yeah, you was excited about this.
No, I wasn't.
Because I said we could take that match out and put the
Street you just said you wasn't mad at it or something like that.
Yeah,
no,
like that.
Yeah. I mean, no. From a standpoint of they've actually been doing work. I'm not. No, I'm saying they've been building the War Raiders to be something. They're trying to get this New Day personality check. I'm not mad at it. Would I prefer to see the Street Profits match? Yes, but I'm not mad at this match. You know why? Because it's actually two real tag teams rather than a fucking makeshift tag team in the women's match on night 2. So I ain't mad at it. I got the War Raiders retaining.
I got the New Day winning just because they need something. Both of these teams are floundering to me.
Yeah.
And I think a win, look, we're right. We got the belt. Respect us, blah, blah, blah. And you can run it back later on. You can start now you can bring the LWO in.
They've been champion 37 times. It doesn't matter.
Please don't bring the LWO back.
First of all, hey, did you not, their matches lately?
Hey, call them something else. I'm tired of them being called the LWO.
Like, you know what I'd rather see?
If you ain't got Juventud and Psychosis, I don't really
it ain't the LWO.
I was watching Overeem episodes. Matches last week. I'd rather see instead of this match, Los Garza versus the LWO than this dumbass match.
Hey man, shit. You know, America's not ready for that level of ethnicity. Shaw, what you got?
I got War Raiders, but I got fuck you, nigga. I got War Raiders, but I have Big E interfering. That's the only reason I feel like they put this match on this card is for Big E to show up. Otherwise,
I mean, he's gonna be there. You know, he's doing the 3-hour commentary beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's the only way this makes sense.
But if you interfere, that must mean you medically cleared because you gotta catch an ass whooping after that.
I can see that because then, like, if we're advancing that story, then they don't need New Day doesn't need the belts. Okay, all right. Right, they don't. I think the War Raiders getting a win at Mania kind of boosts their stock over a team with the tenure of New Day.
Yeah. So you like when the new people win in this instance, as opposed to some old
person
that had the belt a million times. Okay,
I didn't say that.
All right, cool.
I didn't say that.
All right, cool.
I did not say that, and we are not going. Look, man.
When my hand goes up,
this Miz, like we're not gonna rehash. I'm not trying to get elevated again, man. I said what I said. This is Mania week. I'm trying to be as cordial as I can with regard to Corduroy Road. So I'm not
control your blood pressure, boy.
I'm trying to, man.
All right, go ahead. Sir.
All right. So next up, this is the bout for Black women supremacy. We got Jade Cargill versus, proceed with caution, Naomi. Who y'all got, man?
Butter. That's who I got winning that match. Because Lord, they're gonna be glistening.
Yeah.
Man.
For me, I'll have to go with Naomi. I feel like Jade been whooping her ass for the last month or so. And I feel like Jade is gonna do the same thing again, but now I feel like we're gonna have Lash and Jakar come in or help, or Bianca's gonna come in and help some type of way.
I feel like I put that in a text, and you probably
I'm just the
ain't mad at that.
What do you got, Jervis?
That kind of threw me for a loop. I got Jade, but I mean, because I think that she actually has a like real motivation. Like, yo, bitch, you threw me through a fucking car windshield. And this is the first time I actually get to get my hands on you without anybody breaking it up. But I'm not mad at that Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend interference to, to give Naomi the win, which will give Naomi her own faction, possibly. But then where does because that's right, because Naomi and Bianca have already split. So I wouldn't be mad at that. You know what I
Can
mean?
see like Bianca joining this somehow later on down the road.
Depends on if she wins the belt. So I'm gonna dive into that one because I actually like that. If you have
Which one you diving into? Continue.
If you have
Both.
BFAB and Meechin come out, I can understand having Lash and Jakara come out because it offsets. They've been going through all of that. So I can see that taking place. But here's my thing. Jade just took her first L recently as a solo artist. I can't, if she loses again, and again, this is not necessarily what I want, but I'm thinking of the business. If she loses her very next match in the ring as a solo competitor, her stock drops. She hasn't had her first match back. As a matter of fact, I think she lost. So yeah, the very first, after being thrown over into the car. So I have Jade winning because of that reason. And I did forget to ask y'all a question about the last contact, so I'll get into that in a second. I've got Jade winning, but I feel like Bianca's at the top of the ring for the last, just watching or something, because she's still involved, but like not being physical because she got her own match. So I'm gonna go with Jade. I'm gonna go Jade with multiple finishers.
And with Jade being a face, Jade needs the in wrestling storytelling, the face needs to win more than the heel. So like she could do some vicious shit in that match.
Naomi's a made woman, so like yeah.
And I think Naomi's gonna end up doing some shit that'll cost her the match, and then she slip up and get caught. So
and with this loss, if Naomi loses, now she's the one, like we talked about earlier, that takes the IC title from Lyra. Boom. Book it.
She's on a SmackDown, so it should be going against Chelsea's.
It's almost time for a shakeup.
Yeah.
Man, shit.
But that ain't never cared. Like they had Randy fighting for either belt. So
man, Adam Pearce need to take the title from Lyra Valkyria. All right, next up, we got brother Booyaka himself versus a Starbucks Grande Americano. Who do we got?
I know y'all said some of the other matches on the card was mid. This is probably the most middest of the mid to me.
Yeah, super mid. We don't got to stay here long.
I'm a Ray stan, but I actually like this varsity, even though we know exactly who it is. So I got Ray taking the L. Ray need to retire.
I think it's Omos under the mask.
I thought, for being completely honest, I thought it was Dragon Lee. Until I saw them recently together, I thought it was Dragon Lee. But I do feel like somehow, some way, Chad comes out during this match. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I feel like on Saturday, that's not going to be Chad.
I felt like something like that's going to happen too.
Yeah. They're going to pull the mask off and it's going to be Omos.
It's going to be Sin Cara or some random. Yeah. Somebody put a picture on the internet, though, that they forgot to cover his tattoo on the back of his.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I hope that's how they, swap it out. So, like, that still ain't him. That's what I actually hope for, but I do think Ray needs to take this L.
Hopefully this is like a 3-minute match, because I really don't need to see too much of this.
Oh, this is definitely a bathroom. This is a shot break.
Yeah. This is a trash match.
We have to take a shot every time they say a reference to Mexico when it comes to El Grande America. A shot has to be taken of tequila because Mexico.
Also, since we're speaking of tequila and shots and such, just a brief ad break. What is one of the feature cocktails for our Mania watching festivities on Saturday?
There's only one, and we are drinking Vegas bombs all night.
What are those?
You'll find out.
Okay.
Because we're in Vegas.
Okay. So I'll make sure I have some I'll have some liquid IVs on deck. All right.
You might want to do that because yeah.
And the good thing is, so we'll be safe in the confines of the Brown compound. So
right. Until we go to church.
That's what. And so I will not be taking any shots. I have a long day.
Man, Mania started like 4:00, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
It starts at 7, and I got
you'll be all right.
I got to be at church at 6.
Man, you be all right.
Nah.
You gonna take your pad off and take this shot?
Nah.
Yeah, just stay awake. Just don't go to sleep.
Stay up. You good?
You can't be hungover if you never go to sleep.
It's actually very much.
It's science.
Yeah.
All right. So
and
next
we drink
up,
good stuff, so it's less
I'll just
of
be
a chance.
dizzy for 10 hours.
I mean,
nah, you
won't
won't be dizzy. You might be a little lethargic, but you be all right. All right. So next up, we got the U.S. Championship match between brother and the cousin of Jacob Fatu. Who we got?
LA Knight. Interference from Solo. Setting up SummerSlam. LA Knight retains.
I'm gonna have to say the same exact thing. Like, I feel like even though I want Jacob to have a dope match,
facts.
Late Night is gonna win. Solo's gonna do something that costs Jacob
to help.
match. Yeah, and then that's it.
I think Jacob gets the win. Solo is going to try to interfere, and I think we get the debut of another Samoan stopping him from doing it, and Jacob gets the win. I think this will be like with Jacob's.
So now Jacob gets his own faction?
I think with Jacob slipping away from the bloodline, this could be a perfect opportunity to debut Hickey Sticky or or we might get a cameo from Zilla Fatu.
Hey yo, got it. I'm gonna go with you here, right? We get another debut of Hickey Sticky or somebody, like you said. Jacob wins the belt. Guess what else that means? Later that night, the bloodline is back, and I'll leave it there.
Y'all not tired of this bloodline stuff yet?
No,
I'm storytelling. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
All
So
right.
either Jacob interferes, Solo interferes, and that causes the fight, or Sticky Icky.
Yeah, he's never living that down. He's all gonna be Hickey Sticky.
Hey yo, wait, hold on. What if Bachaloa comes in, messes up?
Man, Bachaloa,
why Jacob loses.
He can show up and stand and deliver and interfere into Trick Williams over Femi Javon Evans match.
He messes up somehow to botch, and that's what causes Jacob to lose.
Dog, that should be crazy. Yeah. All right, next up, this match is it's a lot of meh. Like, I'm excited because it's Mania, but I'm not excited for Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the women's championship, for the WWE Women's Champion. Yeah, I think it needs to be Tiffany Stratton. This iteration of Charlotte Flair is very lackluster. I'm not feeling it. Maybe just because I haven't seen her in the ring, like actually in a real match since she's come back.
So you saying the match she had was trash? Okay, cool. I'll make sure that BFAB knows how you feel.
No,
that's what you said. That's what you said.
I said a real match that's giving real time that has title implications.
I mean, how many title implications do you get? You said a real match since he's been back. That's what you said.
Hey, bro. Yo, what we're not gonna do is try to get you.
Matter of fact, Shad, this is where the editing comes in. Replay what you just said.
You are not. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet on that couch.
I didn't grind my feet on the mic.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of this Charlotte Flair. It's not hitting, and it's when I say not hitting, I mean like I don't think Gunther hits, but I understand this iteration of Charlotte Flair is getting rocked by the crowd, and she's not the same. And this is one of those moments where you go, "Is it time, or did you come back too soon with your personal stuff?" Because that hit her hard.
Right.
Yeah, it did. It rocked her, man.
I just pray that they don't have the same attire on.
Yeah, and I feel like this combination just doesn't work. Like they're like the same person, but like worse. I've never been a fan of Charlotte, and I feel like Tiffany Stratton is way better as a heel than a face. So,
yeah,
like this just doesn't fit. Like this needs to be like a quick little 3 to 5 minute match. Tiffany Stratton hits like a couple of her little high flying moves and then call it a day.
Tiffany Stratton just needs to walk in, hit her with the belt, get disqualified, and walk out as queen. Like, I'm fine. I understand it's Mania, so you want a match. I want something disrespectful to reaffirm who I am as champion. Take your head off with this belt and walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So are we unanimous on Tiffy time?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, bet. All right. So next up, we got the triple threat of Charles Malik Punk versus the OTC or the YTC, your tribal chief, and Seth. I'm wearing the pants that Elton John decided not to.
Watch your mouth.
Rollins. Who we got? Because I mean, there could be a strong a strong way that we could possibly get some Benny and the Jets winning. I don't know who you got.
I'm gonna actually go with. I want CM Punk to win because that's my guy. But
that makes sense. That makes
it does
sense
actually.
that
It makes a
you
lot
are
of
a
sense.
CM Punk guy.
Yeah, he's a Paul Heyman guy. I'm a CM Punk guy.
You always struck me as an Edge guy.
Yeah, I never liked Edge.
Understand, I see clearly.
Long hair Edge or short?
He's a short haired Edge guy.
Nah,
He's a cope guy.
That's nasty. But yeah. Even though I want
Is that your
Punk to
pick
win,
though? Okay.
No. My pick is Seth Rollins.
Okay.
I feel like Paul Heyman is going to pick Seth, and then they're going to be the new, team or whatever. But yeah, I feel like Rollins has taken a lot of losses over these last couple of months, and so this is the time for him to get his heat back, to go to fend off both of his like hated rivals at one time in the main event of WrestleMania. So yeah, so I'm going Rollins.
What say you, Ledge?
Okay. If I'm going with the story I tried to predict earlier, then I have the YTC winning this match. However, you have too much interference with Paul Heyman on Roman and CM Punk, so that cancels themselves out. I think I agree with Shad that he goes with Seth. I really think that happens because then you have this weird trifecta of Heyman guys, especially after the way Roman treated him the other day. I don't think that CM Punk he just needs to main event WrestleMania. He does not need to win.
Need to win, yeah.
He needs to walk down with Heyman, like they said years ago. He's accomplished. He's never said, I want to win my main event. So I take CM Punk out. Roman doesn't need the win because then if he wins, the only other thing that you should be going for at this point is a championship. So that means either you're fighting, in my predictions, Jay or another champion, which we'll get to later, so I don't want to spoil it. But also, is Roman ready to give us more time? Because we did that part-time stuff before. So that leads me to the guy who has been taking losses, who carried the company, who gave us all at last WrestleMania. Seth Rollins wins by defeating CM Punk because he was on his way to beat him in the cage. Roman took that away from him.
I ain't mad at that.
He spoils the WrestleMania moment for Punk.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I got Seth. As much as it hurts my heart to not pick Roman, because I think the writing is on the wall that Paul Heyman he's out of it with Roman. I think he's going to be out of it with Punk just because this shit with Punk has got him out of it with Roman. I think there's some disdain and some resentment, like my tribal chief doesn't accept me because of my loyalty and my friendship to you. Like the gravy train that I was on, the private jets, the tour buses, the penthouse suites, waking up on the beach is no longer going to be there because I'm your friend and my tribal chief doesn't accept me. I think he's gonna go the way of Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins has spared him. Seth Rollins said,
several times,
now you owe me a favor. And I think he comes through and from they've been heavy on the fact that Paul Heyman's a man of his word. Paul Heyman will, like, if somebody pays him a favor, he pays the favor back. So I think that the fact that they've been telling that story is going to lead us to the path of him siding with Seth Rollins, helping Seth Rollins get the win. Now, me and my make-believe brain would love to see a world where Jacob Fatu is the U.S. champion and then he comes out, hits somebody in the head with a title and Roman gets the win, and then we get like the reuniting of a new form of what the bloodline could look like. But that's just me and my make-believe brain.
With Jay as imagine 3 Samoans. So you got Jacob, because at this point you're going to have the Usos, and you have Jay as champion.
Yeah. Roman's pursuing the big belt.
I could see that as well and be completely fine with that as like a 2.0 or at this point 3.0.
Yeah.
I don't hate that either.
With Hickey Sticky in the wings. All right. Next up on night 2.
And then we get what's the one that's in Booker T's?
Oh, you talking about Zilla Fatu?
Yeah, and then we get Zilla at SummerSlam because he just won the belt over there. So he's a champion as well.
Yeah, he got the 4th rope championship, don't he?
Yeah.
that's dope. Shout out West Side Gun. I know he's not gonna see this, but shout out to West Side Gun. All right.
So wait, we talked. So out of what we discussed on this night, if there wasn't part of what we answered earlier, what is your match of the night?
For me, the triple threat.
Okay.
Yeah, triple threat for me too. I feel like everything else is kind of meh. So
big man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the. I mean, I'm gonna go with the triple threat, but I could see Jade and Naomi because of the passion and however that ends. Being
it all depends on how
different.
much time they give them too.
Yeah.
I hope they don't give them like 7 minutes. Like, nah, this is like this has been a story that's been building for like the past 6 months, man. You got to give them at least 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
How long is Jay's entrance at Mania? Because they've been giving this nigga 42 minutes at
Jey Uso?
Yeah.
Man. I got him coming down on a zip line like Shawn Michaels and landing in the crowd and then yeeting.
That shit's gonna be ridiculous.
It's gonna be some time.
It's gonna be forever.
The
moments are gonna be long too. Pause.
Yeah.
The Yeet Hood Dream.
Okay. All right, let's get to night 2.
All right, night 2. We got to start out with the women's triple threat match for the Women's World Championship.
One answer only.
Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky, who is the champion, and Jane Cena herself, the one, the phenomenal, the finest, the gorgeousest.
Jane Cena?
Yeah. Wow. The finest, the gorgeousest, the beautifulest, the most amazingest, the EST, Bianca Belair. What say you guys?
I'm going Bianca. I feel like
there's only one answer.
I feel like that's the only answer.
It's only one answer.
The reason I say that is because I feel like all the other options don't really make sense. Like, if Rhea wins the title back, then nothing really happens. She just continues to run through people. Io wasn't supposed to be in the match anyway, so I don't really see a world where she like goes on and starts thriving. So Bianca is the only option because I feel like she's gonna go heel. So if she goes heel with the title, then you set her up for all these different possibilities. And just her being heel, like I feel like that also probably sets up a her and Montez situation.
Oh.
So that's my answer. Bianca is gonna win. I feel like
those pictures we fire, both of them with belts.
Yeah, I feel like who said this, but I feel like they said the reason that they didn't go with Bianca versus Rhea 1-on-1 is because they want to save that when it could possibly main event. And so this is how you get to that by having
it wasn't a main event this one.
Okay. So if you have Bianca actually win the title by pinning Io, then that could set you up for next Mania with them two actually going at it in the actual main event.
You set that up by having her pin Rhea. That way you take it off Io, who shouldn't have been there to begin with, and you pin the woman that you should have pinned to begin with to get the championship. That's how I see it. Yeah, I look at it with stories, but go ahead, Gia.
No, I'm saying I'd love to see Super Rhea get pinned. This I get that Rhea Ripley's a badass, but what has she done to constantly throw herself in? You know, I mean, I'm not, and it's not that, you know, I'm not discrediting the things that she's accomplished, but how do you just get to be upset because you lost the match and then now you just inserted yourself into, like, you pulled a Cody Crybaby,
and she
no
lost
offense, yeah, no offense, but she cried and why, like Bianca called it out.
You so disrespectful.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the contract signing, but he was getting ready to talk. She was like, just sign it. You done enough complaining and whining and getting the match. Just sign it.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Should she have lost her championship? Should she have not been disqualified when Bianca put her hands on her? I'm just asking a question. The moment Bianca put her hands on her, the match should have been over, correct?
You talking about in the first match or the second?
The first match, when it was Bianca outside the ring, her and
she shouldn't have put her hands on Bianca to start.
No. Answer my question. When somebody from the outside puts their hands on somebody in the match,
all of this is a work. All of this is a work. Well, it's up to the ref's discretion. The ref could be like, yo, I don't want this match to end in a DQ. We're going to get a definitive.
So why they don't do that more often then?
Hey man, because they ain't want to. Like, why you asking me? Like,
because I'm asking you because you know
they didn't pull my.
Listen, I applied to be a writer at WWE too. So
they didn't pull my resume from Indeed, bro. Like, so don't ask me. I don't know.
Apply, we good. Okay, my answer is simple because I look at stories. Io has no story outside of these two. She's been getting mushed in the face, and her character's been pushed up because other people are like, damn, y'all forgot about her. Rhea is going to be Rhea, and I get it. But I think that Bianca, you got to reward Bianca for revitalizing women's tag team wrestling as well. I mean, not that she hasn't earned it, but the storytelling she's been doing with her attire, with winning the match because she is the rightful participant because she did win the match.
Right.
It's got to be the plus. You better not mess up this streak.
Yeah, I forgot, and she has a streak.
It's too early. It's too early. Yeah, I got Jane Cena, man.
The EST.
Yeah, the EST, the gorgeous, the prettiest, the beautifulest.
Jane Cena. I thought you meant the Australian with the Adam's apple, but
nah, Bianca's Jane Cena, baby. Yeah. All right. Next up, we got the Fatal 4-Way for the IC title for me, which is going to be my show still of the weekend. We got Braun Breaker as a champion, Penta, Zero, Miedo, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom if you're nasty. Guys, what you got?
They took the dirty off, just like they took off the freaking, but the wrestlers were like, nah, we still using it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go last.
Nick, who you going, or Legend, who you going with?
He said he going last.
My bad. Okay.
Well, I go. You want me to go on mine since you were going to defer?
Yeah.
I think this would be a perfect opportunity to. I got Finn Balor with the win. Just because he's been relatively in obscurity for quite some time after being the inaugural Universal Champion. I think that this could be a way that Triple H could right the fact that Vince decided not to go back to the guy that he built up in NXT. And I think we get Finn separated from Judgment Day. I think we get badass Finn back. I think we get the old school entrance at Mania with the leather jacket, with the briefs. I think that's.
You could have just left it a leather jacket.
No,
we knew what we were talking about. Hey,
if we get the whole presentation,
you could have just said the jacket. We knew where you were going.
Hey, we ain't leaving out no details, man. Quads out, nigga. All right, we got. I got Finn.
Put that on a shirt, please.
Quads out, nigga.
Quads. I think this is a time for Braun to actually move up in the card. I don't feel like Penta is ready, and I feel like Penta is sooner or later he's gonna be in a tag team with his brother. So that only puts me, with Finn or Dom.
But now we're talking about different shows.
Yeah. I feel like if I had to put money on, I'm gonna go with Dom. I feel like Dom needs it more. He doesn't really have that many matches or main feuds, so I feel like this would be a perfect opportunity for him to sow some more dissension between him and Finn because he'll be the actual champion, and then that can kind of roll into.
So would you get Finn taking it from him at Backlash?
Yeah, I can see that. So yeah, my answer is Dom.
Way to steal my thunder. Jesus, Chervis.
You should have went.
Well, no, it wasn't you. It was GA. I was actually talking about relax. Okay, you in your tight shirt can relax. I had Dirty Dom winning the belt by pinning Finn, which ends the Judgment Day because you can't go back after I beat you. It may last for another week or two as long as it's in the family. Blah blah blah. And then you start to get that dissension where you do have that match at Backlash or whatever that next PLE is, or whatever it is, to again maybe put it on Finn at that point because maybe he's earned it, and then you can elevate him. But at least you have an instant story. Leaving it on Braun, I don't know where you go with that because now you're taking on the biggest contenders that you have all at once. Yeah. You beat them. Now what are we doing? Unless you're getting a call up from Oba, a trick, or something like that from your old guys. Because I don't know when Iliad's coming back. So you're like, Penta, while I think it would be dope and I can see the marketing behind Penta, I still don't. If you put it on Penta, then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where that leads you either. So I got Dom.
I think it's too early for Penta. Yeah. But I don't see Penta taking the pin. Because I think if he takes the pin, it kind of, it quells the momentum he has right now.
But see, that's the thing. Finn taking the pin does not do anything. It doesn't hurt Finn. Especially if it's aided by Liv somehow or, another member of the Judgment Day, which again causes that dissension. So I think Finn takes the pin from Dom because, oh shit, he just got speared. He's out. Braun is rolled out of the ring for whatever reason, just like they kind of did the girls of the tag team last year when Bianca lost the belt, where they rolled the other girl out after the pin and got it that way. Yeah. So Finn takes a spear. gets rolled out or get handled by pins or something like that. Dom then pins Finn.
I ain't mad at that. I mean,
Plus,
it's a
Dom
lot of.
hasn't had a belt since NXT, right?
Yeah, North American
Well,
title. Yeah.
he hasn't had a belt since Rey Mysterio went to his ass.
Wow.
All right, next up.
So first quads, now ass. All right, you on a
Yeah.
roll today, bro.
Hey, Quad, I'm telling you, man. Hey, Kayfabe Cowboys merch coming soon, man. You know what I'm saying? The online store, Quads out, first shirt. Uh, so next up is the match that both of you thought was going to steal the show for the weekend. We got the phenomenal AJ Styles versus the impulsive one himself, Logan. I'm gonna get out of this one. I got AJ Styles winning. I'm gonna get out of the way.
I feel like AJ Styles' stock has dropped a lot over the last couple of years, so I'm gonna go with Logan Paul, the Maverick.
I can see the Maverick winning on his own mat at a PLE. It wouldn't be my first choice. I feel like this is where we get some type of return and like a double DQ. If I had to pick a moment for a return, it would be this match. Because outside of that, what is the purpose? Even if this is the match Randy includes himself in, since we don't know if he's having a match.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we get some sort of outside interference where the person is aiming for both of them. An Aleister Black, because they can keep up in the ring with the flippy shit and the unique shit. Something like that. I would venture to say, because you don't want this match to end. You don't want to lose. You don't want anyone to lose this match. So you have a double DQ or one of those things. That's my feeling.
Okay. All right. Did you went right, Shad?
Yeah.
All right. So who we looking at for women's tag team champion match? Bailey
Yeah,
and
we got
Lyra
one before that.
We already
Valkyrie.
talked about that.
Oh, my bad. The Sin City Street fight, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
I got us going to make content, go live online. I got us eating some pizza. I'll bring the hot sauce. We can play hot ones during this match because I don't care about this match at all. So yeah,
Yeah, I don't care at all, dog. Like,
I don't give a flippy fuck about this match.
yeah,
I got
hopefully Drew wins, but other than that, I really don't.
Can they both lose, as Shad said earlier?
I'm with it.
like
Who don't
yeah,
like both of these guys? There's got to be somebody who don't like both of these niggas.
I'm gonna go with Priest. I think Drew losing adds to him being
Bitch in the
more
moment.
sour. Yeah. Like it plays into his character.
But that means you beat him twice at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means we could probably get the rubber match at SummerSlam or something like that. Anyway, all right. So we covered the next match already.
I'm gonna turn my camera off because you're not finna piss me off.
The main event. I'm gonna be hey, bro. I'm being cordial. Hey, man. This is Jervis. Okay. This is not GA. This is not the hater of corduroy roads. All right.
I want to talk to the guy with all the letters behind his name. That's who I want to talk to.
You want to talk to Jervis Brown, LMHPR? Okay.
LMHPR, LADC, CADC,
Yeah.
licensed mental social work. That's who I want to talk
Okay.
to.
All right. So we got the closing out night 2. We got the undisputed WWE Championship match with Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare,
The champion.
I said that.
Okay, no, you said championship match.
Okay. The champion,
Undisputed champion.
Undisputed champion.
the undisputed champion, the
For over a year
American
now.
Nightmare, the son of the grandson of a plumber. Yeah, he's the grandson of a plumber because Dusty Rhodes was the son of a plumber. So Cody Rhodes would be the grandson of a plumber.
I thought Dusty was a plumber too. Okay, my bad. You're right.
I'm trying to pay him all the reverence he's due. Will you allow?
Then you need to add a Raheem in there.
Let me run it back. I wasn't finished.
Oh, well, it sounded like you were. Okay,
All right.
my bad.
So next up, we have the undisputed WWE Championship match featuring the champion, the American Nightmare, the grandson of a plumber, the blackest of white men in the Rhodes family, Cody Raheem Rhodes, the father of Liberty Bell, the champion, Cody Raheem Rhodes, versus the one we can't see.
Dude.
Time is up because my time is now. I'm sold to the soul sucking Rock the Dwayne Johnson, John Peacemaker Cena.
Not soul sucking. That was what.
Yeah, that's not. Never mind.
Hey man, he went straight Ursula from Little Mermaid, man.
Yeah, that sounded real graphic in the headphones.
Hey man, well I'm glad I could do that, man.
I'm
Hey,
glad I didn't have mine on today.
hey man, I had to get mine in there at some point or another, man. The way that y'all just made me shill and sell out for the man. All right,
quarterback. You forgot the quarterback, but you know.
QB1, as they call it.
QB1, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go first because I want
please,
Jay to fester.
please.
In
I just
this.
because I
Also,
kind of threw.
the top
I kind of
star in WWE.
I kind of
Top
threw.
selling merch, helps with analytics.
He helps the kids.
He went on sneaker shopping. He's got suits and he's got track jackets.
And he loves black women.
He loves black women, unlike, certain people on the show. Georgia native.
That was a shot at Juju.
I think he just can't say anything because if he starts, he's gonna keep going.
Okay.
And honestly, I think he has some unvirgin clothes. I feel like I saw it on Raw. So he supports black business.
I can hate Cody Rhodes. Oh man, gosh. Ooh, the way I want him to lose on the biggest stage. Y'all can go. Y'all can go. Y'all can go.
Let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
If he wins, you got to buy and wear a Cody Rhodes T-shirt for the next episode.
All right.
And I got 10 on it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what I forgot to ask you guys earlier, because it matters now. The person that gets the last lick prior to the PLE typically loses.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It is the 20-year anniversary of the Spinner Championship. Every time that John Cena has become the second or the runner-up in the Royal Rumble, at that WrestleMania, somehow he's finagled his way into a championship match, because, he's won the championship.
Somebody else finagled themselves into time. All right, go ahead.
He's won the championship. That has to end somewhere. And I gave a little curtain call, I'll call it. Curtain call. Cody Rhodes' brother, Goldust. See what I did there?
Shattered dreams.
A little bit earlier where I said for the next, because we were talking about Backlash, I want Jey Uso to win the championship and I want Randy to take it off of Jey at Backlash so that John Cena and Randy Orton are tied for a number of championships. In order to do so, John Cena cannot win this title. John Cena is not the greatest of all times.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is.
And even John Cena said it.
So
I don't know what.
How could the greatest of all time said that somebody else was the greatest of all time? But we'll go.
But that's what they keep every time he come on the screen. Well, before he went heel, the greatest of all. No. Anyway, I don't understand.
Fucking go.
Without outside interference, what a 50-plus-year-old man does, how he's going to lead and carry the company. When he's leaving, I understand the draw for WrestleMania, but you got that already. I don't see what it does outside of legacy. And at this point, that means if you put it on him, he's the belt's coming off him in less than a year anyway, or less than 8 months anyway.
But I'm sorry, I don't want to poo-poo on your take.
So with that being the case, I think that somehow, I think The Rock shows up. I think Stone Cold shows up. And I think those two offset and Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Universal Championship, which he won a year and some change ago at WrestleMania at another football stadium.
Okay.
Shadrick? Because he got to wait. He can't say nothing yet. Can we mute him?
This might be the match that I'm most looking forward to, even though I don't feel like it's going to be the greatest of matches. Cody Rhodes, I think he's done a pretty solid job as champion. John Cena, like the last couple of years that John Cena has popped up, he's been a shell of himself, and even the version of him that was like on top was very meh for me anyway. So I feel like we're gonna have a super meh match, but I feel like, of course, The Rock is gonna show up because he's in the business of sucking souls, as you say.
Yeah.
And Travis Scott.
Well, I hope Travis Scott shows up and gets his head knocked off.
Yeah.
He's owed a receipt.
He's definitely owed a receipt.
Facts.
But no, I just feel like it's not.
Are we forgetting that John Cena lost to Solo Sikoa?
Yeah, yeah. He actually got murdered by Solo Sikoa. Yeah. So I'm going with John Cena. I'm going with John Cena.
You still going with Cena?
Yeah, I really just have no excitement about this whole pay-per-view, but that's neither here nor there.
Mm.
I think that's everybody's take, so we'll move on. So make sure you leave your
the level of poo-poo that has been put on the GOAT, the man who has warmed the hearts of so many children around the world over and over, through and through. The man who's all about hustle, loyalty, and respect. You gonna get up here on Al Gore and Beyonce's internet few days after Gayle King came back from Oprah Winfrey's atmosphere and tell me that John Cena is going to lose to Cody Rhodes?
He's wearing Allbirds.
That's what you're going to tell me? You're going to get up here with a straight face and tell me that soulless John Cena, who gave his soul to the soul man's son, is going to lose to Cody Reynolds Rhodes? No fucking way.
Reynolds Rhodes.
There's no way. All right, here's my problem with your take, Nick. There are two problems. One,
Cody
you're
five.
wrong. One, you're wrong. Two, Cody Rhodes is not gonna win. All right.
One, you're wrong.
Yeah.
One, you're wrong.
Yeah. So I think that
you gonna make me jump on that podcast tonight and cuss you out because you're not gonna be there.
Go for it. Hey, shit, I might jump back in. I might make an appearance with Travis Scott. So what I think what we get here is me being objective. The money in Cody Rhodes is the chase, right? The money in Cody Rhodes is the chase.
We agree. We agree there.
So I think, this is me taking away the heel. I'm not being a heel right now, but I think that Cody Rhodes' presentation and reign has kind of plateaued. It doesn't have the magnitude that it had, like earlier on. I think the way to hype this up is to have him lose and have to work to get back to being champion. So I'm going John Cena with the win because there are too many variables. John Cena has Dwayne. He has Jock Webster in his corner as well. So I think we get John Cena, Peacemaker for the win, Cody Rhodes for the loss, GA with the smile.
I do feel like, let me hop in real quick. I do feel like John Cena is going to bust out like some new gear and some new music.
And I think he's going to go full new. I think he's going to go with a more diverse moveset too.
At 58, he's going to pull out new moves?
John Cena did a Canadian Destroyer like 7 years ago. They just stopped.
7 years ago, though.
7 years ago.
Bruh, hey man, dog. Watch. It's going to be some shit.
I'm not even sure if he can do the over-the-shoulder move right now because he didn't get off on Jay.
Hey man,
dog. What is it, ATF? What is it? STF.
Yeah.
Hey man, we can get all that. He can play the hits. He can give everybody what they want.
He got to hit 27 attitude adjustments, and Cody Rhodes got to do
attitude adjustments.
17 crossroads for this.
So okay, so
I think we get John Cena adding to his repertoire the rock bottom and the people's elbow. Instead of doing the 5-knuckle shuffle, I think we get the people's elbow.
I could see that. I mean, after he sucked the soul, he put a little back in him. My question to you is, earlier you said that you don't like when the old person keeps the title. Let's get some new blood in there, keep the party going.
I didn't say that.
You said something similar. We'll insert clip here. He won't do it because I'm not editing that shit.
Oh man, here you go. Paraphrasing me, being loud and wrong. That's not what I said.
Point one, you said something similar. Point two, what does a 6-month reign? Let me back up. I blame the championship reigns being subpar on the booker. We had the bisexual Undertaker's reign. Meh. We had Gunther's reign. Meh. If we're being honest, you tell me a championship reign in the past year that has been exciting. Exactly. So some of that falls to the booker, right? But if you get, everybody expects John Cena to win to get that history. And is it just tying Ric Flair, I think, or is it breaking the record if he wins?
He's tied. He breaks. Yeah.
Okay. I don't see a purpose in it. With this heel persona, I could have seen if he was still a face, maybe, because you get the crowd hype and all of that. Oh, look, John Cena's back. But he picked on a little fat kid in Europe. Made that
It's
little boy
fine.
cry.
He deserved it.
That builds character.
No, it
No,
never.
see, that's the problem with kids today, man. They don't get joked on, man. You know what I'm saying? Too
Well,
sissified. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know if you can say that. I think we need to edit that part.
No, like each of us grew up in an environment where we got cut on, we got joked on. You had to play the snaps, you had the dozens, you had to be ready. You know what I'm saying? He's just hardening that kid for pause. He's getting that kid ready for what the real world is. The real world
And it
doesn't
sucks
owe
the
you
soul out of it.
anything. The
Exactly.
real world doesn't give participation awards.
Actually, they do.
The
They do
real world doesn't award you for just standing your own and still losing. The real world doesn't build you up to make you feel that you're more than what you aren't. The real world is what John Cena brings to the table right now.
If
So
John Cena wins and says I retire tomorrow, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna celebrate. You wanna know why? Do you wanna know why? Do you
No,
wanna know why?
no, I
Cody
don't.
Rhodes will not be able to get his comeuppance.
But here's the thing: you said his the money is in the chase, right?
It
That's
is.
what you said.
Yeah.
What champion outside of Rhea has gotten their chase back soon after losing it? It doesn't happen anymore. So that means we're talking another year. I don't want to see another Cody at Mania to get a championship from
Well, I mean, it could
the
be Cody.
Miz or somebody
I mean, it could
stupid.
be Cody at SummerSlam because John Cena did say that he's active for this entire year.
Yeah, he's gone in December, so.
Yeah, so we
So
could
you
he
just
could
you just
possibly
want
get
to
it back at SummerSlam.
you just want a 30 you want a Jey Uso reign just real quick just to say you did it.
Real talk, we haven't had enough short reigns. I feel like everybody's
But
had
like
year-long
I like
reigns.
the '90s where at any point you could be a champion, not the 24/7 champion. That was too much.
Yeah.
But the championship actually changed hands. I enjoyed that. So like when Rhea lost her stuff, I was excited about it because I was like, I didn't expect it. I think everybody expects Cody to lose this match. If we're being honest, I think everybody expects Cody to lose
Yeah, that's better.
for whatever reason. So that being the case, don't.
Yeah.
Because how do you celebrate the end of WrestleMania with Roman winning against Cody tomorrow Sunday? A celebration. Randy potentially a celebration. We celebrated when what's the guy who's out injured, well, fake injured now?
Bachaloa.
No, who won the Intercontinental Championship from Gunther. Sami Zayn. We celebrated when that happened.
Hmm?
We're gonna celebrate assuming that Jay wins. You can't. I don't see how you end the show. I don't know. And this is not
Because
me disliking John Cena because I don't like him either.
so the closing graphic you get is John Cena, The
With this
Rock,
stupid
and John Cena, The Rock, and Travis Scott. The metrics on that, the social media interactions that's going to do. Shad, you're a media man.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that image and those three names attached to that will not do more numbers than Cody Rhodes winning. It's gonna
then
get
give it
way
to
more.
Logan Paul.
I
Then
feel
if we're
like we
talking
should have.
numbers,
It's gonna get way more. It's gonna get way more eyes on the product,
I
bro.
feel like the heel turn that happened at Elimination Chamber should have happened at Mania. This will mean way more than at this particular moment. Now I feel like they have to do something else. I feel like the something else that they could possibly do is have somebody else align with them, because if The Rock and Travis Scott show up, we're kind of already expecting that. But if somebody else comes out there, like say a
Stone Cold.
no, I mean like somebody that could possibly like be on The Rock and them side, maybe like a Randy Orton or something like that. And then you have Rock, Cena, and Randy.
Well, Randy
Orton.
said he wanted to fight John before he left, so that one's out. But I get what you're saying. But the reason why I say he's Stone Cold, if you think about the ass whooping that Cody took from The Rock, whose pictures were on that truck?
Yeah, but they said
John
that
Cena,
last year though.
Man, you
Stone
just
Cold.
grasping for straws to keep the belt on Cody Rhodes.
No,
Get
I just don't
pack him
understand.
up and get him the fuck, please.
If you're talking about social media impressions, give it to Logan Paul then. At
Logan
least he's
Paul's
an
not in the
active wrestler.
match.
At least he's an active wrestler that can do shit in the ring.
Oh my god, now you just saying things.
You said social media impressions.
I'm talking about of the two that's in that match. Cody Rhodes by himself isn't going to. That's not going to.
Stone Cold.
But also, Cody Rhodes and Stone Cold isn't going to give you the reach that Dwayne, John Cena, and Travis Scott's going to give. It's not.
After he gets that receipt back and he whoops Travis Scott's ass, it will.
I can see that.
But the graphic, I mean, I'm pretty sure he can get his lick back. But the graphic and the ongoing storytelling of having Travis Scott, The Rock, and John Cena moving forward with the title, I think there's so much more money in that to where you can pump all of that all the way into SummerSlam. because you got Travis Scott, he's probably the hottest he's ever been in his career. So you got that partner with Dwayne being the biggest movie star in the world, and John Cena, who's a multimedia star in his own right. I just think that there's so much more merch, there's so much more reach that we can get with that. But we can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying?
I want to close out by saying this. One, again, you're wrong. They did that already, though. They stood over him, the three of them, like
without
he said.
The title, though.
He had the title in that picture.
But he wasn't the champion, though.
It's optics. He had the belt. That's all that matters.
We get the spinner belt back. It's the 20th anniversary.
Allegedly.
Who wants to see that, though?
Nobody.
That's why it's dope. What better heel move than to give y'all something that you didn't ask for?
Because he says he's taking that belt, not his old belt. That's point one. But what I'm saying,
he's taking that belt and then he's reinstituting the spinner.
Here's how I think it should end: a bloody Rock. Think about it. Cody been getting his ass whooped. He got bloodied at Elimination Chamber. He needs his comeuppance on the Rock more than anybody. But we will see on Sunday. And when Cody ends, you need a medium or a large. I just need to know.
I need a large because it ain't gonna happen. Anyway, we can revisit this on Saturday as we're drinking our Vegas bombs. This was a great episode. The thoughts and the views shared by some of the panelists on this episode are not agreed upon nor sponsored by Jervis Antoine Brown. But tell the folks where they can find you, fellas.
So he said he don't agree with either of us, is what I'm hearing. Because if it's just about him, matter of fact, make him edit this episode since he knows so much.
Hey, it's already done, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's already done.
You can find me at Casa de Brown Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's cornbread buns.
Hey man, cornbread buns. Yeah, I'm trying an experiment. We're gonna have bison burgers. Ordered a muffin top pan because I'm gonna experiment and I'm gonna make some cornbread buns for these burgers, man. I'm gonna throw a little honey in that thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt that thing.
Bacon allowed at your home?
Oh, bacon is allowed. The swine is very much welcome in the Brown compound.
Sure, if we're having burgers, I need that. We'll talk about what I need to bring.
So crispy applewood bacon. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be it.
You want me to bring the bacon? We'll talk about it. Outside of that, you can catch me back here. You know what? We have to pick another day next week because we can't go 2 weeks after Mania.
Yeah,
so we got to find a time next week to make an episode because we got to talk about how wrong GA was. I mean, how the results go. Chad, where can they find you?
Airware Shad Harris on the Instagram as well as the YouTube. I feel like I kind of been drugged. I took some Mucinex and I feel like I might have took some nighttime Mucinex. I'm feeling lethargic right now. But
I've done that at work and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram as well as what's the other joint? YouTube. Yeah.
Tariffs.
YouTube.
Yeah. That's where you can find me at.
Tariff Balea.
Yo, that's a t-shirt.
Yeah, you can find me lurking in the shadows behind Cody Rhodes with a steel chair. You can find me on Instagram at Zach Morris. You can find me, most importantly, here on the Kayfabe Cowboys podcast. You can find me anywhere.
When are you gonna give up the Zach Morris moniker?
You know, wait a minute.
He can change it to It's John Cena.
Why we gotta? What did that do to you?
I'm just asking a question.
I mean, it's a brand name, like like Coca-Cola, Pepsi. I stand behind it. I guarantee you.
Now that we talk about it, he don't even like social media.
I mean, what do you want me to turn it to?
Zach Morris was actually an asshole if you think about it. He was very mean to his friends.
Zach Morris is trash.
Zach Morris is trash.
So should it be? Maybe I should change it to FKA Zach, formerly known as Zach.
But people don't really call you that.
I don't. That's gonna be weird though. Like what? Fact Zach? What the fuck?
Or maybe so. Like this is a real story. So I actually for my 40th, I contemplated just turning my Instagram name to Just Jervis.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I'm not gonna try to spell Jervis more than I do. I look up you on Facebook by your last name, but
it could be Jervis.
It could be Jervis. Right there.
That's too long of a name. That's too many words.
What'd you say the other one was?
Just Jervis.
No, I'm saying Jervis by itself.
Okay. Yeah, nobody has that.
Yeah.
Oh, you were saying the whole thing, like in quotations, it could be Jervis.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, listen, they only got to type in the I.
It's a possibility. I might reserve that for my fourth.
No, you need to do it after Mania because after this we're gonna be different people.
Yeah, I think
It's the end of a season if you think
it,
about it.
hey, when it happens, it's gonna be like a Beyonce album. It's gonna be a surprise drop.
You know what? Get off.
But
Wrap this.
but yeah, man, this has been another great episode. This is the greatest week of the year for wrestling fans. The greatest week for anybody in media who wants to become involved in the product, man. This is the time to do it. The time is up. The time is now. You know what I'm saying? So Saturday, live from Las Vegas in the Raider Dome, we got Wrestlemania Saturday, Sunday night. Saturday during the day, if you need some more wrestling, we got NXT Stand and Deliver, that's going to deliver an amazing show. And then you could probably find us live streaming a bit, probably Saturday night, while we are toasted up, while we are full, until we get toasted, and we're gonna be talking shit. That could be the name of a podcast, until we get toasted. Yeah. But anyway, until next time, you all, Brett screwed Brett, die Rocky die. We out of here. Peace.